Good evening. There are more signs of a looming election call, with parties making campaign promises and the debate heating up over Churchill Falls.
The CEO of NL Hydro is defending the MOU after a member of an independent oversight committee went public with his resignation this week. That is drawing new concerns from opposition MHAs who backed the committee and a coalition of critics calling themselves the Group of Nine. NTV's Ben Cleary with more.
The independence of the Churchill Falls Negotiation Oversight Panel has become impaired. That's the view of Mike Wilson, a veteran accountant who was part of a panel tasked with reviewing the new Churchill Falls deal. Wilson resigned in May, but sent his own commentary to media outlining his issues with the deal.
We have certainly participated in a very open and transparent way with the panel to provide them as much information as they need to do their job.
The CEO of NL Hydro is speaking out in response. Jennifer Williams says the negotiating team has met with the independent panel a number of times and has shared hundreds of pages of documents about the MOU. While she says she can't speak for the panel or its independence, she says her team has been as transparent as possible.
I think both the previous premier and the current premier and I absolutely are keen to get as much feedback as possible.
Williams pushed back against a number of assertions made by Michael Wilson in his letter to media on issues like why Hydro-Quebec will acquire a 40% interest in the value of Gull Island without an independent valuation. Williams said going into negotiations, they did have assessments from consultants. Williams also pushed back against Wilson's issue with selling 100% of the power from all new developments to Hydro-Quebec for a price equal to the cost to generate, without an escalation clause.
So again, in that assertion, there's also incorrect information. So we are not selling 100% of the power on these new developments to Quebec. So that is wrong. And a close read of the MOU shows that.
Quite frankly, it's going to be very difficult to have any confidence in that panel at all moving forward.
Independent MHA Paul Lane says the oversight panel was created in good faith so it could review the MOU. He believes any deal signed on the fate of the Churchill River has to be done right.
It must have the proper independent oversight, as was recommended by Judge LeBlanc in the Muskrat Falls inquiry. And without that happening, I certainly cannot support it.
We need to find out what is the issue here.
NDP leader Jim Dinn was also involved in forming the independent oversight panel. Dinn has since called on the province to release an unredacted version of Wilson's letter of resignation.
First thing we do is issue that letter without the redactions, and let's find out what the reasons were.
Meanwhile, NL Hydro says there are inaccuracies in the last letter sent by Churchill Falls critics, not featuring Michael Wilson. Those critics, like Danny Williams, Byrne Coffey, and Jack Harris, are now calling themselves the Group of Nine. They released a new letter today calling on Hydro to prove where they made errors. Ben Cleary, NTV News.